Namaste. Samskaras are patterns of thinking and doing which have been repeated for a long time. Whatever we do or say or think repeatedly becomes ingrained in our subconscious mind. And it's then not we who are thinking or doing that way, but it's rather the pattern that has taken control over us. And uh, we are almost sucked into that pattern. So whether it's anger or alcoholism or addictions or ways of speech, like addicted to movies or emotions or even depression, everything is kind of an addiction. Is these are these samskaras, these patterns of thinking and doing, which after having repeatedly done for a few years or a few months, then we find it very hard to go beyond them, to overcome them, to act or speak in ways which are contrary to that. So whatever we are doing or saying repeatedly, we should be very cautious about, whether it be around people, whether it be ways of speech, emotions or thoughts that we are thinking, things that we are doing, food that we are eating, everything, whatever we are doing repeatedly, that becomes ingrained in our subconscious mind. Now, there are two things, there might be many more, but two things came to my mind because of which these samskaras are very important. One is that the samskaras influence you in your decisions, whether you know it consciously or not. Even when you are out there choosing the person whom you are going to marry, you are attracting those kind of people who are in the same vibe as you. So even though you might not like it, like if you are an angry person, you might attract a person who is like, even though you might not consciously know, but the same kind of vibes that match, you are attracting that. Whatever you fear, whatever you are thinking again and again, whatever you want to push away from your life, and yet you are thinking about it again and again, you will even attract those kind of situations or people towards you. Why? Because you are thinking and rethinking, and your vibe contains those frequencies also. So it's going to influence your decision making in life. And also during the last moments of your life, during the time when you are approaching your death, even then your samskaras, your predominant patterns, your predominant vibrations are going to be there in your mind. And that is going to be the basis on which it's going to be decided where you are going in your next reincarnation. Like if your last thoughts during this life are thoughts of negativity, sadness, depression, this and that, then those vibes are going to take you to your next reincarnation in a similar situation or in a similar family with similar parents, where that kind of vibe is predominant. Those depressing and sad thoughts are predominant. So, and you wouldn't have control over what you are thinking in your last moments of this life. So it's those samskaras are going to be there, like completely. You are going to be controlled by them. You don't have a control over them. So if our thoughts were like, mostly during this life we have been meditative and peaceful and calm and loving and compassionate and always helpful, then we would be carried to a next incarnation in a family and people around us, and the situation, everything will be good towards us. It will be filled with positive vibes. It will be like everything will be helpful towards us. So whatever vibe you are giving your attention to, whatever vibe you are creating within yourself, is going to be the predominant vibe in this life, and would also be so for your next life if you are not aware or take consciously, handle it consciously. So whatever you want to do, what kind of a person you want to be that, do that, say that, think that way. Otherwise, not only this life, you are going to mess up your next life too. So, and even for spiritual aspirants, those aspirants who keep on thinking that, oh, I am a failure and I couldn't have any spiritual experiences and God doesn't love me and this and that. Just beware, okay, what you are thinking, because God is always there. It's just that your faith which lacks, and He's of course compassionate and He's always with us. So if we keep on, a spiritual aspirant keeps on thinking that kind of thoughts, then even Sri Ramakrishna said, Ki bondage and salvation is within your mind. If you continuously think that I am I am a free soul, then you are free. If you continuously think that I am bound, then you are bound. So what kind of thoughts are you thinking? If you are continuously thinking like this, that I'm a failure, then even in your death, not only you are bringing real spiritual failure to yourself, but even in your next life you will face that same thing. At least start off in that same way. So even for spiritual aspirants, it's very important what kind of thoughts we are entertaining in our mind. Treat negative thoughts like a third person. Say to it that no, I'm not going to let you enter in my mind. I won't let saddening thoughts enter my mind. They are energy bodies too. Like even thoughts, when you are thinking them again and again and again, it's not only you who are thinking. Actually, there are beings and souls and vibes all around. It's a conscious pool. It's a whole pool of consciousness around. Like there's nothing that's unconscious. Even the air, you can't see it, you can't feel it, but there are beings and uh, like souls everywhere all around. And you are continuously attracting more souls of the same vibe. If you are thinking sad thoughts and depressing thoughts and thoughts of failure and uh, whatever, you are attracting more beings who gather around you and make you more sad. And if you are willful, and if you determine, take the decision that no, I'm going to be like I'm going to have faith and have I'll proceed in my spiritual path joyfully, then there would be a guiding souls and souls around you who would inspire you and motivate you, even though you can't consciously know them or feel them. But during times of intuition or when meditativeness, you might even feel them. These souls come and help you out in your path. So we should be very aware of what kind of thoughts we entertain. Thank you for watching, and namaste.